Welcome to Lesson 5 in Unit 10, Saving the Sand Dunes. In this lesson, students will work together to answer the question, how can we make sure our designs work? In this lesson, students continue in the engineering design cycle. They build and test a 3D model of their dune solution, collect data, and compare results. They ask questions on how their solutions could improve. Students figure out that solutions need to be tested to see how well they work, and that data can be collected to determine if they worked as intended. Students make connections to the storyline by continuing to develop and test solutions to solve the anchoring problem. There are several opportunities for ELA cross-curricular connections throughout the lesson. You can look for specific standard connections in the Unit 10 Teacher Guide. This lesson will take approximately 4 to 5 days to complete. For the Engage portion, you'll show the engineering design cycle and remind students of their progress towards solving the problem of the changing dunes. You'll tell students that once they have done some research and developed ideas to solve a problem, engineers build models to develop and test their ideas. You'll ask why it might be important to test a model. You'll tell students that they'll work in teams to come up with a solution to test together. You'll revisit the driving question board and add any new questions and highlight others connected to the learning goals of this lesson by calling attention to questions about testing their ideas. For the Explore portion, you'll have students work in their engineering teams to share their drawn models. They can draw a new model to build in their Solution Share journal pages. You'll show students the materials they have available for their dune solutions and set up the engineering supplies. Refer to the Lesson 4 tutorial for guidance in setting up the wind and water testing scenarios. You'll let students know they will develop a model of their solution in order to test it against water and wind. For the Explain portion, you'll have engineering teams analyze the data they collected in their Analyze Solutions, Strengths and Weaknesses student journal pages by identifying strengths and weaknesses of their designs. Students will review their observations from testing, then use the table in their journal pages to come up with the strengths and weaknesses. For the Elaborate portion, you'll invite students to gather to share their findings from the dune solution testing. Use the provided questions to guide your discussion around the question, how can we make sure our designs work? The goal of this class discussion is for teams to share what worked in their solutions and to hear about other teams' experiences. You'll list the materials and things that worked well from a variety of solutions. Students can see how this sharing process helps them further refine their designs. For the Evaluate portion, you'll ask students deeper questions about what worked and didn't work well in their solutions. Students should be able to give examples of any strengths or weaknesses in their design during the testing and support with evidence from their tests. To support student sense-making across the unit, orient them back to the driving question board. Ask, what did we learn about how we can make sure our designs work, and what new questions do we have? By the end of this lesson, students will have built and tested a 3D model of a dune solution and compared results from dune solution investigations to determine how well they work. In Lesson 6, students will compare solutions with other teams and update their designs. They will present their final dune solutions. For more information about this unit, visit myscipartners.com.